Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing really well. So today's video, I was planning on doing a bit more of like a sit down and like a bit more put together video, but I'm just not in that mood. I just wanted to pick up my camera, talk to you guys about this subject, and yeah, just make this video. So as you can see by the title, today's video is going to be all about how to reduce your waste and things that I do in my day-to-day life and things that I'm trying to do to reduce like my plastic consumption and just like single-use plastics. Hopefully this might give you a little bit of inspiration that you can maybe incorporate into your day-to-day life. And also in the comments below, I always like to hear feedback if there's more tips that you guys have as well, because I'm always learning on ways that I can reduce my waste. I've actually been really conscious about this for a while now, but it was recently I did watch a documentary. It was on Netflix and I think it was called a Plastic Ocean. I think it's called that, but really recommend you go watch that. That just really does show how much this is a problem. And in my view, like, it's not about, you know, just suddenly making your whole life completely, sorry, my hand is absolutely killing me holding this camera up. But it's not about like, you know, just completely strictly making your whole life zero waste, because that is actually impossible, really. It's just about making the better choices and just doing the best you can to contribute to it. But that being said, let's just get straight into the video and I'll show you guys a couple of things that I like to do to try and reduce my waste and give you my tips. Okay, so first thing first, I just want to show you something that I actually keep inside my bag. So I always have with me shopping bags. Now if there's only one thing you take from this video and actually start doing, I really do recommend it be this one, which is to stop using those plastic bags you get in supermarkets. I just have these material bags and they roll up so small in your bags. They don't take any room and they're really light. I literally think I have about 3 of these in my bag. I just roll them up, keep them in there, and then whenever I need to go food shopping, I just use these, and they're actually so sturdy. Like, they actually hold a lot more, because sometimes there's plastic ones, they can get a little bit flimsy and break. Okay guys, so the next thing that I've been trying to do recently is make my own milk, because it's actually so easy and simple to do. I used to always buy my milk, actually this is one of the old milk containers, like this is the Innocent brand one. I used to always buy my milk from the shops, so whether it is in one of these kind of bottles or one of like the, you know, carton bottles, I never used to make it myself, and this is one of the easiest and best switches I feel like I'm making at the minute, because I'm saving my waste so much by doing this, because I would go through so many of these a week. So what I've done is that instead of just chucking these bottles away and wasting that, I've actually kept them all and I've washed them all out, so now I actually have something to store the milk in. Ideally it would be best to put it in glass, because you're not putting it in plastic and obviously the chemical thing, but I'm just trying to, you know, reuse as well at this point. What I'm going to show you now is actually how I made this almond milk, because like I said, it's so easy, so simple, and it's a really good switch. So I made about 1 and like maybe a third of these bottles. So I took just over a cup of almonds and I soaked them in water overnight. It's really important to soak them. That is a key part of making almond milk, and apparently the longer that you soak them, the creamier the milk is, but I just do it overnight. It's absolutely fine. The next thing you want to do is you want to drain that water. You don't want to reuse that, so drain that away, and then I actually just give mine a little bit of a rinse. Then all you have to do is just pop them into a blender, and then I put in about 4 cups of water with this. So it's 1 cup of almonds to 4 cups of water. Some people say 1 to 2, and for me that just wasn't enough. I wanted it much thinner, so yeah, I did 4 cups of water to that amount, and then I just whizzed it all up, and then I just poured it into, I've got like this big muslin cloth sheet, or if you've got a nut milk bag, that is perfect, but I've got just like this big muslin cloth. Pop that into a like a, what they call, jug, and then you pour the mixture in, and then you kind of just gather the cloth and just squeeze the milk out. It's a bit like, no, like milk in a cow kind of thing, but yeah, you just squeeze the milk out into the jar, and then once it's all squeezed out, just pour it into whatever you want to keep it in. Now you can flavour your milk, so you could add in a sweetener if you wanted to, or like maybe some vanilla or some sea salt, whatever you want. I just left mine plain because I like to keep things quite simple, and it actually tastes so good. When I first tried this, I was literally shocked. I was like, oh my god, that is what almond milk should taste like. You can really taste like the almond flavour. There you go, that is how you make almond milk. So it's so easy, and there's no reason why you can't do this. It's just about remembering to soak them overnight, but you could do this literally like on the weekend and then have it all ready for the week. Okay, just jumping this clip in because I filmed all this and I completely forgot to mention something about the almond milk. With the pulp that's left over from the almond milk creation. You can actually pop it onto a baking tray and just put it in the oven and actually dry all that pulp out, and you can just blend it up and make almond flour. Or there is loads of other ways you can actually reuse pulp, that you put it in smoothies and any kind of like baked goods that you might make with almonds. And yeah, so always look into how you can reuse the pulp as well. So sticking in the kitchen, the next thing I want to talk about is soaking your own like chickpeas, beans and things like that. Now again, in the past, I'm definitely, hands up, went to the shops and, you know, bought my chickpeas, whether it was in like a carton or a can, they'd come in, and yeah, just always get them pre-made because it is easier, it is quicker. Now that is stopping. It is, I realise how much waste you actually do by doing that, and also it's so much cheaper. And just also bear this in mind, making like my own milk and also doing what I'm about to tell you now with the chickpeas, like soaking them, it's so much cheaper and you get so much more for your money. So yeah, it's kind of like a win-win, not only for your waste but also for your bank account as well. So in here I just have my chickpeas, which are all cooked and ready. All I've got to do is just drain them and then use them when I want to eat them. So to do this, just the same as the almonds, you need to soak them over the night. So you just pop them all into a bowl, fill them with water, let them soak overnight, they will expand. And then you can cook chickpeas and like legumes like different ways, but the quickest way is if you do have a pressure cooker. It's the best. So I just chuck mine into a pressure cooker and yeah, just rinse off the water they were soaking in, put fresh water in, and then just pop that in the pressure cooker for about 20, I think I put it on for like 22 minutes. And yeah, just let that cook away, and then that is it. They're done. I then just get them out, drain them off. I then also fill them up with a little bit of fresh water because I feel like it makes them keep better, and just pop them in a Tupperware box, and that's it. My chickpeas are good for the week for me to use in like salads or whatever I want to use. So yeah, you can do that with so many different beans, and like I said, cheaper and less waste. But one thing I do want to say is, like, this is a good example. As you saw when I showed the chickpeas that I bought from the shop to like soak, they did obviously come in plastic. Now this definitely goes with what I said at the beginning, like especially where I live. Like for example, some people, you can find chickpeas, you know, in bulk stores and just get bags of them without, you know, take your own packaging with you and not have to have this plastic wrapped pre-made stuff. But the thing is that I don't have any of that available to me where I live. So in this scenario, for example, me getting like one container of chickpeas, which does come in that plastic wrap, I've literally got like a third of that bag left, and I bought that, I mean, a couple of weeks ago. Like it makes so much. The equivalent of cartons I would have bought to that one bag of chickpeas. Like I really am saving a lot of waste. So yeah, also look at it like that as well. It's about, you know, reducing your waste. Sometimes we can't eliminate it fully. Okay guys, the next thing is something that a lot of people say, but I'm definitely going to still put it in here because it's something that we really all should be doing. So if you go out to a coffee shop or wherever, then always take your own coffee cups with you, because this is such an easy thing to do and still so many people don't do it. So here I've got a keep cup, and then also this is another one I just wanted to show you. This is from Starbucks. You can actually get these from Starbucks, and I think they cost £1. When I bought them, they were only £1. I have about 4 of them. You can put them in the dishwasher, you can put them, like, they are so sturdy and good, and they're only £1. So if you can't afford to go get yourself like a keep cup, pop into Starbucks and see if you can get one of these reusable cups, and they come with a lid as well. They are made out of plastic, but like I said, like this one I've probably had, I'm not joking, it's lasted me well over like 2-3 years. And then the other thing I do want to mention is just reusing water bottles. Now I do actually want to get myself one of those like stainless steel water bottles, like a proper water bottle that I can just always reuse. But at the minute, like I said, I was using like that almond milk which came in these. Actually, this one still has a wrapper on, the Innocent. I have so many of these I've kept and trying to reuse. I actually just use these as water bottles and just keep reusing them. And I actually do really like this because this is, I think, 750 ml, so you can get quite a lot in there. So that's actually something about me, is I have to have a big water bottle as well, so reusing these is actually working really good for me. Another thing that I'm trying to do the best I can at the minute is when I go food shopping, I'm trying my best to try and get the foods which aren't wrapped in plastic. Now this, I feel, is like, oh, this is a tricky one, guys, because the thing is, where I live, like, for one, things like salads and basically majority of our food is like packaged in plastic, unnecessarily, but it is. Sometimes you just can't avoid it. Like salad bags, I really just can't avoid getting a salad bag in plastic. Like, unless I get a home delivery from like a local farm, which I would love to do, don't get me wrong, but that is very expensive and I don't know if I'm really in a financial situation to be doing that every single month at the minute. So yeah, hopefully one day I will be able to do that, but at the minute, like, there's certain things you can't avoid. But where I can, I'm trying to, you know, get the food which isn't packaged in plastic. The only downfall then with that is that if there is certain foods that I want to try and get organic, that can't happen, because like pretty much all the organic food is wrapped in plastic in the supermarkets where I am, and all the things that I can get which aren't wrapped in plastic aren't organic. So I'm trying to, like, you know, balance it out and get things that I can afford not to get organic, you know, not wrapped in plastic, and then the things that I do want organic, I'm gonna have to, you know, balance it out. Okay, so my next tip, I need to go grab my computer because it's something that I need to actually buy, but I want to tell you about because I think it's a really good one. Okay guys, so the next thing I want to talk to you about, and actually something that I need to get right now, is reusable cutlery. Now, the amount of times you might be out and about, need to grab something on the go, and you know, you get those plastic forks, plastic straws, plastic all cutlery and everything, napkins, and they're always packaged in plastic as well. Like, this is something really easy that we can reduce on. So you can buy like reusable cutlery online. I'm gonna have a little look now. I believe there's like bamboo ones. Let's have a look on Amazon. I just typed in at the top reusable cutlery, and you can see that it's just so many different options. But this is the one here that I was looking at. So it's got 2 sets of bamboo cutlery. Let me click on it. So yeah, you've got 2 straws, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 2 knives, and then these things like clean the straws, and it comes in a little pouch. Bit of a funny spoon, isn't it? Very round. So there we go. I'm gonna go pay for this now, and my cutlery set hopefully will be on its way. So another thing you can actually do is just type in the top reusable. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Usable, and then as you can see, so many things come up. Like, you've got straw, coffee cup, espresso pots, ice cube, produce bags. These 2 are things that I really want to look into as well. So produce bags, so you can get things like this which you can pop your food in if you do buy a lot of fresh produce from the shops. So another thing you can look into is something like this. Now, these take the place of cling film. Now, personally, I actually don't really use much cling film. If I ever need cling film, I usually put it in a Tupperware box and use that. So I don't really use much cling film ever, but these are an option if you use a lot of cling film, whether it's wrapping up sandwiches and things like that. Then these wraps, I don't know what brand this is, I've just clicked on any one, but they're made out of wax. And from reviews and from things that I've seen online, they're really good as well, so you can definitely look into that. There's a little picture there you can see. Other one that I think is really interesting are these Ziploc bags, but this is an example. You can get these like reusable Ziploc bags. I do actually want to look into this because I think if anything, Ziploc bags is probably something that I do use. But yeah, these are things you can definitely look into, which definitely do save a lot of unnecessary waste and plastic. But anyway guys, that is it for this video. I just wanted to keep this video quite chilled because this is just things that I'm trying to implement right now and just share with you the tips that I'm trying to do. So maybe in the future there might be another video like this where I show more things that I'm doing to try and reduce my waste, but at the minute these are the things that I'm focusing on. And I think as well it's good just to have a couple of things that you focus on, nail them, and then build upon it. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please do give it a big thumbs up because it helps me out so much. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already and you enjoyed this video, then make sure you click the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos from me. And yeah, that's it really. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.